What's going on, guys? This is Emeric from Emeric's Time-Lapse, and today is going to be a very exciting video because I'm going to be reviewing my old time-lapses. Some time-lapse videos I haven't seen in years, and I remember, if I do remember well, some of them look really bad. So I wanted to do this video because I did review your time-lapses in 2 videos in the past on this YouTube channel. But I also wanted to do with my own work between 2013 and 2020 to see the evolution throughout the years, what I've been doing differently, what I've been really focusing on year after year, and to show kind of, the evolution between the year 2013 when I really started doing time-lapse videos professionally all the way to right now, which is December 2020. So this is going to be a very interesting video. Let's jump right into it. And for the first time on this YouTube channel, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. So more about Skillshare later in this video. Let's go. All right, so I started in 2013, and maybe the first 2 or 3 years I was actually staying in Los Angeles. That's all I was doing. So I'm gonna obviously start with Los Angeles time-lapses. See, I still have my old time-lapses from 2013 and 2014. I also have a folder called Bad. We can maybe go through it really quickly, but I know if it's in the folder called Bad, it's probably terrible time-lapses. So we have this time-lapse here. Oh wow, I think, this was my first Dead Tonight time-lapse. And you probably can tell that it is a fake Dead Tonight time-lapse. It's not like a real transition. Okay, first of all, let's not talk about the white balance at night. It's terrible. But as you can see, I shot like a golden hour time-lapse, and then I did a fading all the way to a night time-lapse. So I wasn't even touching my camera settings. Day, and then fading really quickly to a night time-lapses. That was my first Dead to Night time-lapses. What do we have? We have Beverly. Oh my god, this is terrible. I think it's the time where I was actually shooting in JPEG. Yep. And I was doing the video using time-lapse assembler, and then I was doing color correction later on. Yes, Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. So yes, I was doing the color correction on the video. It just doesn't look really good, yeah. But they're nice. The composition looks nice. I mean, at least I have this going for me, and the settings look alright. I can see a lot of blurry frames. That's definitely something I was not aware of at the time. So see, you can see back in 2013, I wasn't really focusing on my subject. I was like, okay, there's a nice building, but look, I have a giant tree right in front of it, and there's not really any fast-moving element besides being at the bottom parts. There's not much going on in this time-lapse. I really wasn't thinking about the time-lapse itself. I was just setting up my camera, shoot it, and then, okay, I'm gone. This one is a little better already. See? Wow, this is an old downtown LA skyline for sure. We have fast-moving elements. We have the elevators here that look really nice. We have the freeway down below. You know what? That's funny because that's the first time-lapse I shot in downtown LA, and I remember the settings, at least the shutter speed. I was shooting a shutter speed of 4 seconds with a 7-second interval. So that's definitely something I wouldn't do today. I would definitely go with like maybe 1 second maximum shutter speed with a 2 or 3 second interval at night. That looks better. Obviously, we have some really nice light trails here, but it takes forever to shoot like a 7-second interval time-lapse if you want to end up with like 300 frames. Okay, here we have more, definitely out of focus. It's tilted. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing at the time. It was really weird. This one is completely out of focus. I don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. I realized maybe mid time-lapse that it was out of focus. Like another example of where I don't really care about my subject is, well, there's nothing moving. Like there's no clouds. The Hollywood sign is great if you have any movement in the sky. This one, the same thing, besides seeing a few people and cars. Like it's not a great subject if you don't have any clouds. All right, see, even in the year 2013, I was kind of like practicing my time-lapse skills. You can see at the beginning it didn't look really good. It was mostly the skyline, but now I'm getting a little better at finding better subject for the time-lapse. Oh yeah, I remember that sunset. There are still very short clips. I don't know, they're like only less than 5 seconds each. Look, we have number 01 from a Tazin Files. This one is good. Yeah, this one is good. This is kind of nice. The colors, I'm not a big fan of the colors, but when did I shoot that one? 2015. Oh wow, the flicker. So see, we saw a Hollywood sign time-lapse before this. At least there is clouds in the sky, but yeah, it's definitely flicker. I think I was shooting in auto mode. Yep. So see, if you shoot in auto mode, this is what you get at the end, which doesn't look really good. Wow, the skyline looks very different now. There's definitely more buildings. You can see it's autofocus as well, so it's always jumping. It's always trying to autofocus. Obviously, the settings are changing all the time. There are birds. You know what would be interesting? It's actually to go back to the same spot and reshoot those time lapses with the 2020 skills. That would be pretty interesting to see the difference. This is my first time with a slider. As you can see, I was learning that if your subject is far away, it's not going to move much. Also, it's very orange. Something is off with the white balance. 2015, right? 2014? It was 2014, sorry. Another slider. But wow. Okay, the slider movement are not bad, I gotta say. But what is wrong with my white balance? Like, the city doesn't even look like this. Like, what happened in my mind back in 2014 to say, okay, this is all right? And I believe I actually did license some of those clips. Let's go now in the real 2015 year, where I really started. You can see I have 122 time lapses of Los Angeles. So let's see. I'm gonna jump to the new ones because you already saw a few. Okay, this one was my favorite. Another, I believe it's a day to night, also where I was mixing, fading, blending a day and a night time lapse. There you go. So if you don't know what it is, it's hard to tell that it's really like two different time lapses. I was going more in downtown LA, as you can see, yeah. I was going closer to the buildings, getting clouds in the sky. It is a little soft, kind of out of focus. It was a T3i at the time, and I'm watching on a 4K monitor right now. So obviously, the quality like 4 or 5 years ago is not the same as today. But you can see I'm actually doing better already. Mid-2015, I believe. What year is this? Yeah, January, actually early 2015. I was doing a little better. I was definitely taking care of my settings, my composition. The interval might be a little off. It's kind of fast, but it's not bad. Colors, white balance is still off a little bit, you can tell. I think it's also because I started shooting RAW files and not JPEG. Yeah, for the first 2 years I was shooting JPEG. It's funny because I really learned photography by going out. Like, I'm serious. I wasn't even sure what RAW files were back in 2013. This one is nice. I think that was my favorite one for a long time. Because you can see there's kind of a slight day to night transition, but I wasn't even touching the settings. The white balance is way better here. It's more tungsten-like. We are February 2015 here. It looks already a little better, yeah. Okay, so this clip is very interesting because it is my first day to night time-lapse ever shot. So all the transition, the level and the ramping that Aero time-lapse can do, I was doing it manually on Lightroom. And yes, it took me over 10 hours to do this. Yeah, you can see how Aero time-lapse is amazing because it makes you save so much time. Otherwise, you have to do all the transition manually on Lightroom, which takes hours. So I did do all the transition manually on this one. And it actually came out really great. The first day to night time-lapse of Emeric's time-lapse, which was in March 2015, as you can see. Yeah. I'm not shooting time-lapse to shoot time-lapse. I'm waiting for the best conditions to go shoot. So I saw those clouds in the sky, so I went to the Hollywood sign because I knew it would be a great time-lapse going with the Hollywood sign. Beautiful, like fluffy clouds. 2015 is the year where I discovered Aero time-lapse, and I was starting to shoot more and more day to night. So they're not perfect, but they're getting better. All right, let's jump to 2016 and see what is different in 2016. I believe I got my first Canon 6D, so I was shooting full frame now. And I think the first time-lapse I shot with it, I got amazing sunset at the Santa Monica Pier. I can see, even like end 2015, early 2016, the time lapses are getting cleaner. Colors are better, it's more in focus. Settings and composition kind of match with each other, they go well with each other. The subject is always like interesting for a time lapse. Definitely going to the same spots in 2016, but it's great because I was practicing, and you can see the evolution of, my skills going through, going back to the same spot a few times, because you can see the same spot was different years after years, and to see how it's evolving, how my skills are evolving, how the city skyline is evolving. Here we have a beautiful day tonight, made possible with our time-lapse. It's not sponsored by our time-lapse. This video is sponsored by Skillshare, but our time-lapse really changed the way I shoot my time-lapses. I can't deny this. It's just the way it is. I was even shooting sunrises now, as you can see here. I was going early back to, that was actually Hollywood, Radiant Canyon Park, and I was shooting sunrises, trying new things. I think 2016, okay, I figured out how to shoot beautiful time-lapses. What can I do differently in 2016 to create better content? So I challenged myself to go shoot more sunrises. As you can see, it's pretty much the first sunrise we see in my portfolio. And I see another one here with the moon rising. This one was amazing, but I kind of messed up like the highlights. There's some flickering, as you can see here. But it's not bad. It's really not bad. I'm really happy with the content. This one is I mean, it's not like crazy interesting, but it is probably the first time-lapse shot where I ask the authorization to shoot from, I forgot the restaurant. It's a rooftop restaurant in downtown LA. And they say, yes, you can come and shoot. And I did shoot time-lapses from there. And I realized that I could access new location by just asking. And that's what happened at this restaurant. That's what happened at Sky Space LA. And that's what happened in 2018 as well, with another time-lapse shoot. So I got some access to some crazy location just by asking. You can see here the interval was great. I love very fast interval time-lapses going with very fast moving elements. And I feel like 2016, I was really focusing on getting the right interval with my work. And instead of doing day to night all the time, it's take a part of the day, like this blue hour, for example, and shoot a very short, a very fast interval time lapses. So see, it's no more than 5 minutes real time, but it looks really nice. 2016, I think was the year where I really fell in love with very fast interval time lapses. So see, you can see over the years that my skills really improved, but I really was focusing on one thing at a time, sorry. And I think it's the perfect time to actually talk about today's sponsor, Skillshare. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. This is actually the first sponsor video that I'm doing on this channel, and as a teacher myself, I believe that learning new skills is priceless and will follow you for years to come. They offer thousands and thousands of online classes, from video editing to music, animation, or illustration, for example. So if you're a creative artist trying to expand your skills in photography, Skillshare is perfect for you. You know, as a time-lapse photographer, I highly recommend learning After Effects in order to create amazing time-lapse videos. And that's awesome because Skillshare has tons of After Effects tutorial like this one, Learn Adobe After Effects for Beginners by Jordi van de Put, a 3-hour long class to get better with the software. Something important when it comes to creating time-lapse videos, to find your own style, something that will define your work and yourself. So if you're having issues with this, well, Skillshare also have a class about this topic. And I highly recommend watching Find Your Style by Andy J. Pizza. That will help you discover your own creativity. And because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, they are offering a free trial of the premium membership to the first 1,000 people who click on the link in the description below. And even after this, for less than $10 a month, you can have access to everything Skillshare has to offer. I think it's amazing. All right, thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Let's go back to my portfolio. Let's jump to 2017. Maybe we can start with New York actually in 2017. 2017, I think I was kind of in cruise mode when it comes to my time lapses. I knew what I was doing and I really wanted to start traveling more. I started traveling back in 2015, but 2015, 2016, I wasn't, beside New York once, I wasn't really going around. 2017, I really started traveling around for my work, and now you can see that the time lapses looks great. Besides some stuff I would clean today, I feel like it's pretty much perfect. Like I know what I'm doing. Now I'm just trying to travel around the country and get new clips. back at the top of the rock. I was definitely feeling more comfortable in 2017, and it's the year where everything's changed because I started doing hyperlapse videos, and I got really excited. I don't think this is the hyperlapse, because the first time I actually tried a hyperlapse, it worked really well. So let's go back to Los Angeles to show you my first hyperlapse video ever shot. This one. Yep. There you go. And that night, I barely knew how to do it actually. And I really went for it. I'm like, okay, I need to find an anchor point and just keep this anchor point all the time. And that night, I also shot a day to night hyperlapse. And I got so excited when I was able to stabilize it properly because it looks really nice. And then the next few days, weeks, I started shooting more and more hyperlapse videos. And actually very simple. Yeah, it is not, if you find the right anchor point, take the time with your tripod, stabilize it. It's time consuming for sure, but it really looks really nice. 2018, what has changed? Not much actually. I think I was really focusing a lot on day to nights. I was shooting a lot of sunsets to the point where maybe a year or 2 years later, I was okay, I need to start shooting other things than day to nights. As you can see, like this is a day to night, day to night, day to night, day to night. There is 70%, 80% of my portfolio in 2018 is sunset or day to nights. And I'm not even kidding. Day to night, day to night, day to night. I definitely know how to control my settings, my camera. I was definitely good at it. And I think I got to a point in 2018 where I kind of started to get bored. And I didn't know what to shoot. I always wanted to try to shoot original stuff, trying to be better at it. And I was really pushing myself to shoot better things and different things. See, we have some asteroid time-lapse. We have different locations that I've never shot before. Because once you know how to do everything, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get bored. So you need to find new angles and new territories to shoot from. And this is where I actually got the chance to shoot from this location here. So this is a private property in downtown LA, and for maybe 2 months, I really fought to shoot from there because this is probably the craziest view of downtown LA. It's so nice. You can see the mountains behind. The sunset light is reflecting into the buildings. It's just amazing. So I fought a couple months to shoot from there. I actually ended up paying a fee, but I think it was just worth it. It was just worth it. So see, 2018, I was really just going around. I was going sometimes to the same locations, but shooting slightly different time lapses. For example, here it's not a full day to night, but it's like a fast interval time lapse of downtown LA at Blue Hour. I was trying to focus more on doing, different time of the day instead of full day to night transition. And obviously the time lapse that changed everything, the Spacex Time-Lapse. I'll do a video on this one at some point to kind of explain all the details. This one is a shot I really wanted to do for maybe 2 or 3 years, but if you know LA, it gets really smoggy, so it's really rare to view the mountains in the back with the snow on it. And after maybe 3 days of intense rain in LA, I went to that spot in Kenneth and State Park, and beautiful sunrise. I was lucky, but it took me at least 2 or 3 years to chase that location, that exact same time lapse that I had in mind for a while. All right, and then 2019, obviously I was traveling also in 2018, but I have over 1,000 time lapses, so it would take me a long time. I think focusing on Los Angeles portfolio works kind of better because you can see the evolution around one city. And here we have 2019, now we are in 2019. I was in LA. Yeah, you can see the difference already. Yeah, I was doing a lot of day to night. You can see day to night, day to night. What I was doing more and more often is really, if I want to go shoot a time lapse, I go shoot around sunset. So I get there a couple hours early, shoot a few day time lapses, shoot a couple day to nights, shoot a few night time lapses, and then I call it a day. That's what I was doing most of the time in end of 2018 to 2019. So I was really focusing more on capturing amazing stuff. So amazing stuff in LA is the skyline with clouds, for example. You can see most of those time lapses here in 2019, they have clouds because I already have so many time lapses of LA that I really wanted to try in 2019 to get something that is unique and one of a kind. So it's shooting when the city's clear, shooting when there's amazing clouds, beautiful sunrise, beautiful sunsets. Because now, 2018, 2019, like I know how to control my camera, I know how to shoot it day to night, and they're also getting cleaner and cleaner. You can see there's no flicker left. Most of the planes or burns are gone. I think 2018 is the year where I really started cleaning my time lapses and putting the cleaning part in my workflow on After Effects. So once I exported the video, I re-import it on After Effects and I clean it. That's what I'm doing here, and yeah, it's really clean now. It's super nice to watch. Sometimes spend like hours just on one time lapse, just to like clean it, make it better. Stabilization, checking all the frames to see if there's no blurry frames. Because if I see that there's a blurry frame, I'm gonna get crazy about it and I'm gonna overthink it, and I need to fix it before I actually license it. I really want the best quality possible in 2019 and 2020, and it's kind of hard to see. This is the location we saw in 2013, and what has changed here is the interval. It's definitely a faster time lapse. I mean, slower time lapse, a faster interval, which works better. It's really nicer to watch with your eyes instead of having crazy long light trails that you don't know where they're going. Here you can see cars on a few frames, which make it smoother. Faster interval makes smoother time lapse. Trying new things, yeah, 2019, this is 2020. Now we are in 2020. Again, I'm chasing, I'm kind of going back to the same locations, but chasing amazing sunrise and sunset. Definitely didn't clean the planes on this one, but it's not too much of a big deal. 2020, we are now end of 2020, and I realized that, and you probably saw it in this video, I've been shooting a lot of skylines. What I'm doing now is trying to find new spots, landmarks. Like this one, I've never shot it this time lapse. This is the first time, and it looks amazing. But this is a new spot, first time shooting this year in 2020. I'm gonna try to find new location, something that is new, because I've already shot so many time lapses around Los Angeles that now I want to find new locations, stuff to shoot in time lapse, because I'm sure there's a lot more. And I also, yeah, I want to focus on skylines, but I also had a lot of fun shooting this, which is like a landmark, a lineup with the sunrise, sunset, moonrise, moonset. I want to take the time to shoot more of those. And if you go to Chicago, it's kind of what I was actually doing back in July. Exactly like Los Angeles, I was chasing amazing sunrise and sunset, and we got this one like a thunderstorm. That was amazing. Yeah, it was just worth it. Like I was also doing drone stuff. Yeah, drone 2020, 2019, 2020 started to be a new tool I was playing with. New locations, new gear. I'm trying to challenge myself more the past year or so, trying to find new locations, new stuff to shoot, because now that I know how to control my entire camera, I know how to shoot a great time lapse, I want to find something unique to shoot, something that has never been shot before, like this angle. So the dead to night of this angle was amazing. That's what gets me excited in 2020, 2021. But anyway, I think you saw throughout the years the evolution. 2013, 2015, I was just playing with my camera, trying to understand how it works pretty much. I was shooting in auto mode, autofocus, it was terrible. In JPEG, 2016 when I got like a new 6D, I really started focusing on camera settings, interval selection, composition. 2017, I started focusing more on different locations, hyperlapse videos, new techniques. 2018, 2019, it was more about cleaning the time lapse, trying to get better at cleaning the time lapses, take more time in post-production to create like a beautiful piece of art. And 2020, 2021 is more about finding new and unique locations to shoot from, lineups, landmarks, something a little different than just city skylines, because I've been doing this a lot. I already have now more than 1,050 time lapses in my portfolio from different cities. Like I showed you Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago, but I also have Miami, Atlanta, San Francisco, Las Vegas, Denver, and a bunch of landscapes area as well. So I didn't show you everything because I've been recording for almost 40 minutes now. But yeah, it was just a great way to see like the evolution throughout the years, see what I was doing wrong at the beginning and what I've been working on over the years to get better. You can see it's a process that really took almost 8 years to get to the point I am today, trying to create clean, professional time lapses that are unique, one of a kind. They're not crazy. The technique of those time lapses are not crazy. Like, I'm not shooting crazy time lapses, but I'm really focusing on shooting something that is nice to watch, unique, one of a kind. I think that's what I'm doing now more in 2020. 2021, because it's almost over, yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. That's a video I really wanted to do for a long time now. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Check the link in the description below because you can get a free trial of Skillshare. But yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.